Hello, hello, hello. Hey, YouTube. Hi, guys. I'm back. Is anybody here? Are y'all here? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, okay, okay. I just had to make sure y'all was here. Hey, y'all. Y'all forced me. Y'all forced me out of hiding. Y'all forced me out of my little cocoon I was in today because Pastor is sick. I think I have the flu, y'all. Think Pastor has the flu and I'm not feeling well. But y'all forced me out of hiding with this one because y'all are up in arms about this lady and this rental property. And y'all knew I was going to take interest. Y'all knew I would take interest. As soon as she said rental property, y'all typing, typing. Mickey, I am Michaela Pink. I am Michaela Pink. Girl, I'm like, oh, I seen it. I seen it, niece. I seen it. I seen it. Here y'all come. The Pinkettes blew me up. Lord. The Pinkettes blew me up about this little post. And so this is what we're going to talk about. Signs of an emasculated man, y'all. And this is good. This is good because it allows for us to do our little case studies as we like to do on my channel. So don't forget to like the video as you guys come in. But hey, Elizabeth, you finally caught alive. Yes, yes, Elizabeth is here. She caught alive. Yes. Okay, so this video is basically in response to the video that is circulating Instagram. And it's of a woman. I don't know the names of these people. I don't know where these people are from or any of that information. I do know that this is what you can see from the video. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, have a look at my Instagram page. It's I am Michaela Pink. And I posted this video of this young lady who was gifting a man, probably her man, I'm sure, for his birthday. And it looked like they were having a nice time, a whole little celebration or whatever. And you know, she's presenting him with his gift for his birthday. So all his friends was like, ooh, you know, everybody's filming, can't wait to see what the gift is and stuff. And then she gives him the gift and he was like, what is this? Right? He was like, basically cussed the girl out in so many words, used a bunch of expletives, and let me put live now. Used a bunch of those little words or whatever, and basically it was like, I don't want this crap. I want a Rolex or a chain. You can have got me a Rolex or a chain, right? She's insulting people now saying, you broke hoes could never. No, sis, we would never. Right. So I'm pretty sure she's getting the backlash from this. I mean, celebrities, everybody's reposting it. And y'all, embarrassingly enough, this made the shade room, which made it even worse. So she gave him, you know, she's pulling out stuff from this bag. And he said, open it for me, open it for me. Open it for me. As he's filming her, presenting him with his little gifts, he's filming her. And she's pulling out paperwork, which is the thumbnail that you see, pulling up paperwork and stuff. And he's like, what? He looking around like, ugh. So anyway, she gave him a rental property for his birthday. Excellent gift. All his friends was like, oh, okay, man, okay, yeah, that's good, you know. And he was like, man, F this mess, man, I want a chain. You couldn't have got me a chain. You couldn't have got me a, what did he say, a Rolex or something? Something he was mad about. A Rolex and a chain is what he wanted for his birthday. She gave him a rental property. Now, let's talk about signs of an emasculated man, shall we? Shall we? Emasculating a man is something that we do, or something that happens a lot in the African American community. Y'all, I'm loving how My pillow now, when I have the light on, it looks like it's illuminating me into heaven. This is a heavenly word. Hello. So basically it looks, or she presented him with this and he was all upset or whatever. Back to the subject, not me, the subject. So he was upset about the gift he was given. Okay. Now, these are signs of an emasculated man because first of all, the very first thing that I noticed about this video is that he's sitting and she's standing. That is the, if you've ever had an etiquette class, if you've ever, if you've been raised in the South, any of this, you would know that that's like a big, huge no-no. A man is never supposed to sit in the presence of a woman. If a woman is present, the man should be sitting and the woman, or the man should be standing and the woman should be sitting. I don't care if you're giving me a birthday present. He's not sitting on a throne. He's not, I don't care if it's his birthday. There's a time and a place for everything, okay? So the fact that that happened was one of the first things that I noticed. But also the fact that okay, I understand it's a birthday celebration, but there was this big old to-do about his birthday. Now, I don't know if he was maybe turning 30 or if there was something very significant happening in his life at the time. I'm not really sure. But there was a big like stink about it, right? There was a big to-do about it. And this is what I want to highlight. Women emasculate men on a daily basis. This happens on a daily basis. We're talking about this lady that I posted on my Instagram and she is a lady who basically emasculated this man. And he's showing signs of being emasculated. I can't tell if he is emasculated, but we're just going to talk about some specific signs in a man that you can tell when he is emasculated. If he doesn't understand how to be a gentleman, he's most likely been emasculated and he has not been taught how to be a man. I can almost guarantee you that this man probably comes from a single parent home where he did not see the male and female dynamic played out together because he doesn't even realize the weight of what he was given, and he doesn't understand his role as a man in her life. So it's most likely that this man was probably did grow up in a single parent home, right? So some signs of an emasculated man. They will do things that are rebellious, right? So him saying to her gift was a rebellious act because everyone knows with even a lick of sense knows that, okay, if someone gives me a gift, I have to at least pretend like I like it, right? You cannot receive a gift from someone. Sorry, y'all, this is bothering me. You cannot, or you should not receive a gift from someone and then you just kind of shirk it off like it's nothing, right? You have to at least pretend like you like it, or there's an aspect of it you like, oh, look at this bag, or oh, look at the wrapping or something. You have to pretend like you like something. He didn't even care at all, right? So the fact that he didn't at least try to show some sort of appreciation shows that he's not even been trained in the ways of being a man, right? You can also tell some things about their relationship. She is, if she's not Barbara the Builder, she's probably Bob the Builder in the relationship. It's likely that she has more money than him and she's wanting to keep him like this, under her thumb. So she's using this as an opportunity to show everybody, I'm the man in this thing, right? So he was being rebellious, even though it did seem like, oh, I can't believe he did that. But it's probably because she's trying to emasculate him. For all we know, and I just from even the 59-minute video, a man is going to want to build his own empire. A man is going to want to get his own. To say that my woman bought me this is, you might as well, like I've said before on this channel, get a rubber band and just wrap it around his pee-pee, because he wants to feel like I did this for myself. So that's probably why he did that to her, because he knew it would be embarrassing and he knew it would be hurtful. Signs of an emasculated man. She probably cussed the man out at home. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff that goes on at home that we don't see, you know? But I know and I recognize that when a man is emasculated, they'll just display certain behaviors. So the fact that she was the one giving him such a large, hefty gift means that she's most likely trying to prove her worth to him. She's trying to prove that, hey, I'm worthy of you, or hey, you need me, and all these other chicks you got cannot compare. That's why she's on the internet now talking about, oh, y'all could never. Right, because we probably wouldn't, because we know that that's a fully grown man. A man has to be allowed to be a man. A man has to be allowed to be a man. You knew you went to the ghetto and picked you up a project. She got a project and some PP. And now she's trying to flip it and make him into something. It could be that she came into some wealth. It could be she came into some money. Maybe she got her taxes, you know. Could be a whole number of things that are happening in that relationship. And now she feels like, okay, I'm going to try to help you. Helping a man is the worst thing that you can do. I don't care if it's your son. I don't care if it's your boyfriend. I don't care if it's your husband. Helping a man is the worst thing you can do. A man should be allowed to be a man. I will say that from now until whenever. A man should be allowed to be a man. If you do not allow a man to be a man, this is the sort of thing that will happen. He's going to cheat on you, and guess who he's going to cheat on you with? The girls that she's screaming, oh, I bet he could never. Y'all could never. The chicks that are just bummish, he's going to go get him a project, because that's what men do. Men build things. So he's going to leave Miss Barbara the builder. Once he gets some sense about him, because he's clearly ignorant. Once he gets some sense about him, he's going to go get him a project and build her up, while she left over here like, I bought him all this stuff. I did all this for him. I bought him a rental property for his birthday, and do you know he didn't even appreciate it? When you try to force your will onto a man, this is what will happen. You can't force your will onto anyone. Let's take the birthday example. It's his birthday. He wanted a funky little chain. That's all he wanted. He wanted a chain and he wanted a watch. You can't make me want a rental property because this is what you want me to do. Think about when you were a teenager. Your parents wanted you to be a doctor. Your parents wanted you to go to school for cosmetology or whatever your parents wanted you to do. Your parents had an idea of what they wanted for you. And you most likely rebelled against that because this is my life and I wanted this. So this is the same dynamic that's playing out. You cannot make a man be a man. Is this tight, y'all? Is this tight again? You cannot make a man. Who's a troll? Can we get a troll blocked? You learned the hard way. Say, who's a troll? Can you? Anyway, so you can't make him be a man. You can't take the ghetto out of a man. You can't make him want the same things that you want, right? You have to allow him to be a man. Okay, so Miss Pam says, please learn from my mom's mistakes. She bought my dad his dream car, an Audi S8, when it came out for his birthday. And guess who my dad was taking for rides in the car? Right. I mean, it just is what it is. When you lavish things on a man, they do not have respect for it. They don't. They don't. The other night, I had a Michaela spirit in me. His sister was so mad because I was speaking facts and she was like, she could never have a man pay all her bills. I was like, not me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I really honestly feel like, and this was my response on my post, I said, some people are supposed to be at the bottom. If nobody was at the bottom, who would be at the top? The people at the top would have no legs to stand on. So it's important that there are people at the bottom. She obviously is about to have a come to Jesus or come to heaven or whoever moment. And she's going to realize the error of her ways, but it may not be for us to force our will on her. She may think she has a prize. She clearly thinks she has a prize. So I feel like it should be her. I mean, everybody has to come to the knowledge at their own time, basically. But she has definitely emasculated him in a major way. Okay, that's what I said on the post. This fool gonna say I sound pathetic. How? Telling the truth? It really is, everybody isn't going to understand. Just like my way of thinking is not right to a whole lot of people, and I'm okay with that. The fact that some people have a hard time understanding where I'm coming from and they think I'm too radical and, I'm selfish and blah, blah, blah. I'm okay with that because everybody isn't supposed to be on this level, right? Everybody's not supposed to be on this level. So I feel like, okay, back to the emasculation of the man. Some other signs. A man who is emasculated will vehemently fight against whatever you're trying to do. What? My thoughts on what now? My thoughts on non-monogamy, ethical non-monogamy. What does that even mean, girl? You need to use some. I know you probably in college and you guys are very high level and learned, but what non-monogamy? Back to my thought. Some signs that a man is emasculated. He will vehemently fight against whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to plan something with him, he will fight against you. If you guys are trying to build something together, he'll be doing the opposite. If you guys are trying to establish something together, he will fight against, with everything in him, what you're trying to do. Signs of an emasculated man. Emasculated men are very quiet, very docile, almost feminine in the way they act. They'll sit back and observe. They don't talk a whole lot. They allow their wives to do all the talking because she probably talks over him all the time anyway. And those types of men are a train wreck waiting to happen. But this is exactly what an emasculated man looks like. He's waiting on her. What you got for me? What you got for me? He feels like he's the man, but he knows he's not the man. And she's letting him and the world at this point know that he's not the man. Very entitled. Absolutely. Very, very entitled. So non-monogamous, ethical non-monogamy, of course, that's going to be non-ethical. People do not think that non-monogamy is ethical. I don't think you should not be monogamous. Basically, an open relationship with rules. What rules would you have in play? Or do you think that's a bad idea? Heck no, I'm not sleeping with no multiple people. That's how everybody always scared to get AIDS and stuff. You'll be the first one getting it. Non-monogamy is totally off the books for me. I don't believe in that. Now, I do believe in dating more than one person, but I don't believe in sleeping with a bunch of people. That's nasty. That's super nasty. Ugh. No. I don't agree with that. But so the rules are no, we're not doing that. That's the rules. Because women always end up getting hurt. When women have trampoline activities with men, we get connected. Oxytocin gets produced. We get to start feeling stuff. We get in our feelings. And then we feel away when this man is not, reciprocating. So no, that's totally irrational to think that a woman would be able to handle that and it not turn out bad. So no, I don't agree with that. It's just me though, just me. So as women, we have a cheat code. Why not use it? Okay. 600 pounds. What? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody is 600 pounds. What am I, man? Your cousin used to disrespect her husband so bad in front of everyone. He got tired and left her big behind. Now she's lonely and about 600 pounds. You know, that's another thing. Women that disrespect their men in public, that is the most, that is the most, that's like, that is so, that's the most horrid thing that you could ever, I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with any women acting a fool at all in public. But when you are talking crazy and yelling and cursing at a man, that is just the worst thing you could do, in my opinion. And he's going to cheat on you in a mighty way, believe me. And it makes you look worse than him. Even if he is doing something that's out of character, it makes you look worse than him. Now, mind you, let Pastor not get on her high horse and act like I haven't been that woman, because I certainly have. I have emasculated many a man in my day, and I will never do that again. I will not. Now that I understand the power of being feminine, I will not ever emasculate a man again. I won't. But this is a lot of the reasons why people always, well, I can't believe, you know, oh, he dating a white girl, he dating a white girl. Because black women sometimes don't understand their role as women. Mickey, how do you get a man to invest in you and give you money? Miss Beautiful, I have over 200 videos that explain just that. This is one of them. This video is not entitled How to Get Money from a Man, but this is certainly how you do it. You get money from a man by not emasculating him and cutting his pee-pee off. Don't cut his pee-pee off, and he'll give, if you allow a man to be a man and you be a woman and be as feminine as you possibly can, men will beg you to take care of you. They will beg you to take care of you. Every video that I do is basically how to get money from a man. Pick one. And the tips and the tools therein will help you. Right. Most men are competitive by nature. They don't care about things if they feel like it wasn't a challenge, because they want to feel like they won. Boys only want toys wanted by other boys. And you're absolutely right. That's why they compete against each other when they are gaming. They love the competition of it all. Absolutely right. Hold on, somebody, hold on. Y'all can't see today. I told y'all I'm sick. What if you are feminine but don't ask for anything from your man? So I don't ask either. I don't ask for anything from my man either. But if you don't at least hint or let him know that there is a need or a want for something, then he's not going to give you anything. So you need to hint to him at least that there's a need, and he will provide. Believe me, he will provide. Your man is not rich, but when he gave me a nice new car with the title, I put his and our last name on the tag. He's so proud of himself. See, stuff like that. Stuff like that. He may not have, I'd rather have a man who is not rich and gives me all of his not richness than have a rich man who doesn't give me money. But again, and I had that, but let me tell you about that as well. I feel like if you are praising very little that a man can do, he won't want to aspire to more, right? So I understand what you're saying, like your man is not rich, but he gave you a nice car. I get the sentiment behind that, but I need you to do more, right? I need you to always be working towards more. Don't be, yes, I'm happy with this little car, but I also want a helicopter and a zebra. Can you get that for me? Let's work on the zebra. We're trying to get to zebra status, sir. So I don't believe in being complacent with a man. I don't believe in being coddling with the man. That's why this baby of mine, it's time for him to go to daycare. Poo-poo going to daycare very soon. Y'all gonna be missing the baby, because y'all ain't gonna be hearing them little knocks and that little pitter-patter anymore, because it's time for you to go. He too busy up under his mama and I always wanna, you know, oh, mommy, mommy. He's getting baby-fied. Time to go. It's time for you to spread your wings. And you have to start when they're little. A lot of women emasculate their men. Their men, their sons. A lot of women emasculate their sons. They do. If you don't allow your son freedom to make mistakes, if you don't allow your son freedom to be a man and to figure things out on his own, then you have emasculated your son. And an emasculated son will turn out to be the man in this video. So a lot of times it does start at home. It starts at home. You said, oh, your son won't be like his dad. Yes, he will. I guarantee you he will. A boy will turn into what he sees. My sons, I feel like if I am, since they don't have somebody that's here right now, I'm being the most feminine woman that I can be. I'm giving the best idea, not the best idea, but the best example of a woman that I can to him. Hang on, y'all. Hang on a minute. I'm getting a text. So that they can see how a woman should be. But to say, oh, my son won't turn out like his father, yes, they will. They're going to turn out exactly like what they see. Turn out exactly like what they see. And there's nothing that you can do about that. Sorry. So if you don't want him to turn out like that, then you probably better get to working on that. Just saying. Hang on. Uh-oh, y'all. Oops, sorry. I'm missing the comments now. But, oh, there they are. Mickey, when you walk away from a man, what do you do when he comes and reaches back out to you? He didn't want to commit to a relationship, but he came back after not hearing from the woman. Leave him alone. Why would you want somebody that didn't want you? If you said it was okay, if you decided to leave him alone, it was for a reason. Leave him alone. Like my grandmother used to say, never chew your cabbage twice. Never chew your cabbage twice. Don't go backwards. I don't care even if it was something dumb and you find out later. You know, when you decide to be done with the man, you know when you should be done. And you should be, don't ever do that. Mickey, but when I was 19 and 20 and all leveled up, I even went through the finals of Miss Poland. And yet I was getting disrespected and used and no one was trying to take care of me. Why is that? Because you're too nice, Miss Pam. If you're too nice, somebody will run all over you. Somebody will run all over you. Now, Miss Suzanne, how to not emasculate a beta male. I'm talking to a dude who said he's a beta. If he's a beta, he's not a masculine man. Beta men don't, let me tell you something. I can't stand a beta man. I will chew you up and spit you out. I will take all his money. I will cheat on him vehemently, get caught, not care. I have no respect for a man who's not a man. I don't. You should emasculate him. You should. You should cut his balls off. Because what use are you to society? None. I can't be with the beta man because I'm certainly going to trample all over you. He doesn't deserve a woman. A beta man should not deserve, you don't deserve to be in the presence of a woman. Why are you even around me? Because you want to learn how to be more of a woman? No, I'm not doing that. I would trample him to death. Oh my God, that's disgusting to me. Ugh. The guy sitting in the chair, disgusting. He would have never, again, that's why some people, well, how do we learn the game? The game he's running on her would never work on somebody like me because I understand the game, right? Yeah. You met a guy who has mama's boy tattooed on his shoulder. Should I run? No. Now, there's something to be said about a mama's boy. A mama's boy is probably going to be a very good man because he understands how to treat a woman. A man that loves I would rather have a man who's a mama's boy than a man who don't know his mama, been in foster care and got abandoned or something like that. A man with mommy issues will probably kill you, maim you, not care nothing about you. Don't ever be with a man who has mama issues. I would much rather be with a mama's boy. I would love to be, from my experience, a mama's boy is going to treat you better than a non-mama's boy. Just saying. How to react when our man is bragging about his success in front of other women. So you're probably not from our country because men here really don't do that. If a man is doing anything in front of another woman and you feel like it's disrespectful, there is no reaction. You're done and we're finished. There's no way to react. If I feel like you're disrespecting me in the presence of another woman or in the presence of anybody, then you're done. There's nothing to react to. People do what you allow them to do. If you allow a man to be disrespectful to you, like the girl in the video, I told you what I tell you. I told you. She knew he was going to be disrespectful. She knew he would not appreciate that gift, but she was going to make him appreciate the gift. You can't do that. You can't do that. If he wants to be that way, allow him to be that way. Again, it's emasculating to one. Listen, this is what the whole video is about. Do not try to change a man. Write it down. Miss won't trick me. Write it. She always put in the little emoji with the notebook. Do not try to change a man. When the man comes to you and you like, oh, hey, Dexter. Hi, Dexter. How's it going? Right? When he comes to you, you have to look at him exactly the way he is. Period. You have to look at him exactly the way he is. Do not say, ooh, I bet if I just give him a little bit of this, he'll be this type of man. I bet if I just cuddle him, he'll see how worthy I am. I bet if I just endure this a little longer, he'll change. I bet if I give him this threesome, he won't cheat on me no more. Accept him the way that he is. When you don't, you are emasculating him. If he's lazy, like to play video games, don't want to go to work, sleeping with all kind of people, driving your car, wrecking it, smoking cigarettes in your house, not taking care of the kids, won't go buy diapers. If he's doing all of these things, then that's who he is. You either accept it or you reject it. If this man is disrespecting you and peacocking in front of other women and telling these women all about what he got and how much he can do for them, and you don't like it, leave. It is emasculating for you to tell a man how to be. Let him be whoever he wants to be. If he want to be a dog and cheat with all kind of women and get STDs, let him. Let him. Allow a man to be whoever he wants to be. And that's it. That's all you can do. If you don't allow a man to be who he wants to be, then that's when you run into trouble. That's when you run into trouble. And that's what this whole video is about. When you try to change a man, or when you wait for him to change, hoping he's going to change, go get the man you want. Instead of hoping and wishing that he'll change, go get the one that's already the way you want him to be. Just saying, there's plenty of men that are. If you have a desire, there is an equivalent thing to match it. I want a man that's 6 foot, 19 inches tall. Don't you know that there's a man that's 6 foot, 19 inches tall? Just saying, maybe not. Or I want a man that has a whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you want and you feel like this is something I really, really desire, there's an equivalent that will match that. Absolutely. What to do when a man talks about his past hookups, including a threesome. Tell him that you don't want to talk about that. Why would you sit there and want to hear about what he's done with other women? And I would just call it out. Are you telling me this because you feel like this is something that you want to introduce to me? Because I certainly hope it's not, and you realize that I'm not that type of woman. and nip it in the bud. I'm not entertaining that. Sir, do you realize that's crazy for you to even talk to me that way? You know, if that's not something you want, that's not something that you have to entertain. You set the rules for your life. That's it. You don't ever have to listen to something you don't want to listen to. You don't ever have to hear things you don't want to hear. You don't have to see things that you want to hear. You don't. But when you allow him to do that, not only are you going to have to listen to it, he's going to one up you then he's going to make you watch it after that. You know, so be aware of what you are allowing. If you allow a man to just say and do whatever to you, then he will. This is my attitude when I go on dates and when I'm with a man. Everything that you do, including your very existence right now in these 2 hours or 1 hour that we're together, is about me. Everything. Everything you do. Yeah, you can tell me about your day. Yeah, you can whatever, but it's about me. If I'm happy, then you're happy. If I'm not happy, then I'm gone. That's how this works. If I'm happy, you're happy. If I'm not happy, then I'm gone. And I don't care what you are. Right? That's it. That's literally all there is. And if I'm in a relationship, the same applies. When I'm happy, you're happy. I'm happy. I got diamonds. You get a kiss. I got, a trip. You get a kiss. I got tuition paid. You get a kiss. That's how that works. As soon as that I got stops, then there's, look, we're kissing. We're kissing. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I got kiss, kiss, kiss. I got kiss, kiss, kiss. Who he kissing now? Who you kissing, Dexter? Who you kissing? Nobody. Because you're done. I don't care what as soon as you take away I got, then you kissing by yourself. Y'all gonna remember this. You're gonna be like, nope, sorry. That's how you have to treat a man. Men understand when you teach them how to treat you. You did this, so you get this. You didn't do this, so you don't get this. It's just how it is, Wives understand this. Wives understand it well. You do this and then you get some baby. You don't do it, you don't get that. What do I think about the movie How to Train Your Husband? I haven't seen that. I don't like to look at people like animals. You don't really train people. You don't. I control myself, right? Everywhere I go, I'm happy. Everywhere I exist, I'm fulfilled. Everywhere. If y'all see me out somewhere, it's because I'm happy. The moment I'm not happy, I'm leaving. So I don't necessarily want to train someone else to do anything. I've trained myself to get and want what I want, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing else other than that. Just saying. You had a boyfriend that called you bro, and I broke up with him on the spot. The next day he asked for forgiveness and took me shopping. See, I don't like that. Yeah, you're not going to call me bro. You're not going to play video games with me. You're not going to treat me like I'm your bro, because I'm not. I'm a woman, and that's what you need to know. When you demand respect with your actions, you will some of the stuff y'all describe in the comments would never happen to me. I'm never disrespected, ever. I am never disrespected. I'm never disrespected, ever. Some of this stuff never happens to me. I'm like, he did what? What? Girl, people I guess people know, I guess people know who to do that stuff with, because I'm like, no ma'am, or no sir. Bro isn't the worst. I used to put up with the most derogatory words out there. So you don't even allow a little, Pam, just because you're used to, Pam, bless your heart. Bless your heart for saying that. Bless your heart for saying that. Ooh, y'all, I'm getting the chills. Got the chills when Pam said that. This word is for somebody. This is for somebody, and it's about to light you up. I'm telling you. Pam says, I used to put up with the most derogatory words out there. Bro isn't the worst. And let me tell you, they'll try bro, right? They'll try bro. Might call you stupid next. Might call you fat. A little bitty insult. They do little stuff because guess what? That's going to build up to the big stuff. You don't even get this much of a chance. You try me one time. I don't care if it's little. None of that. The first time is the worst time. Ooh, somebody write that. Write it. The first time is the worst time. You know why? Because that needs to be the last time. The first time a man disrespects you needs to be the last time he disrespects you. Disrespect of any kind is not allowable. I don't care if it's little. You don't get to, oh, he was just playing. Nuh-uh. I'm not one to play with. I'm not one to play with. Nope. I'm not one to play with at all. At all. Mm-mm. When you have that, and it's not something that's said. This is not something that you say. You don't say, well, you don't get to talk to me like that. I'm a woman. You don't have to say that. If he said, bro, just like she said, click, I'm breaking up with you. We're done. We're done. Because you need to know I don't play at all about my life. There's somebody else who will call me princess. There's somebody else who will call me queen. There's somebody else who would kiss the bottom of my feet on a daily basis. And you're going to call me bro? Bro? No, sir. Somebody paid a lot of money for these. And they're, hello? Just saying. Yeah. You don't get to do any sort of that. And then when you allow that, that's what you will attract, and that's what will continue. We're not doing that, sir. We're not doing that in any kind of way. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just very serious when this happens. It's very serious when you're over here with me. If you're over here with me, it gets pretty serious, and that's the way that it should be, you know? Yeah, just saying. What? Somebody said something about baggage. What's going on with the baggage? Who said something about baggage? Oh, have you dated men with baggage? They say women have baggage, but some men bring that too. I don't have baggage, so is it best to go for someone who has not? Everybody has baggage. To say, oh, I'm not dating a man with baggage, that's, that's irrational. Of course he's going to have baggage. Now, does he have so much baggage that it's intolerable? That's a different situation. I would not date someone with intolerable baggage, but everybody has baggage. Some people think children are baggage. Some people think unresolved childhood trauma is baggage. But it really just depends on what you feel like is tolerable, What if he's calling you baby? I don't have a problem with that. But then again, I'm Southern, Y'all excuse the bags today. Excuse the bags under my eyes. Pastor's getting the flu. I'm getting the flu. Did you guys see that we are at almost 30,000 subscribers? Sorry, sidebar. Did you see we're almost at 30,000 subscribers? We're going to be at 30,000 subscribers like in a week. Like by next week, we're going to be at 30,000. Totally unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. I'm excited. So excited for that. So, yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. So we're going to have a little celebration when we get to that. Oh, somebody's awake. Yes. Hey. Uh-oh. Somebody woke up from their nap. One moment. Hey. Hey. Did you see your iPad on the table? No? You just want a mommy? Uh-oh. Okay. So, oops. Lay down. Here. Okay. Sorry, guys. Duty calls. So, that's probably our video. You're excited when I reach 100? It's gonna be unbelievable when I reach 100. I can't even believe that we're at 30. Girl, I didn't even expect 10, let alone 30. So, but yeah, that's the video. You can emasculate a man with the way that you treat him and the way that you don't treat him. When you don't allow him to be a man and to make his own way, he will certainly show the signs, and if you guys can think of any signs of emasculated a man, you know what I mean, of an emasculated man, put them in the comments. Let's talk about it, because this needs to stop. And I can speak to the fact that this is very prevalent in the African American community, because I am African American, and we do this a lot. But clearly, as you can tell, this is a worldwide problem. So these lashes are coming. Be prepared, y'all. Get ready. I know everybody about to get their taxes, and Pretty Privilege Cosmetics is about to launch sooner than you know. So stay tuned for that. I'm so excited for that. I can't believe that's even happening. So much has changed in the last year or so. So thank you guys again. She says, thanks for the advice. I'm not trying to be committed to a beta man, but he's 28 and has coin. I don't care. I don't deal with men who are not. If he's a beta man, he's not going to give you his money. That's the part about, that's the whole point. If he's a beta man, he's most like, well, he may. Okay, so let me not say that, Miss Suzanne. He may give you his money, but I don't have experience with beta men. As you can tell, my personality is very strong. So a beta man would get trampled. I'd probably forget about him, eat him alive. So I don't have experience with beta men because I don't deal with them at all. And, so I wouldn't be able to help you with what to do with the beta. I hate them, basically. And the fact that he told you that he's a beta man, yeah, I would not be trying to go out with him at all. So anyway, links to the to all things Michaela Pink are, Miss Living Dolls in here. So DM me if you want consultations or anything like that, and I will be glad to help you with that. What's my upload schedule? Yeah, just whenever I feel like it. I wasn't gonna upload today, but I'm pushing because we are almost at 30,000. So I don't really feel well right now, but I decided to do a video because we're getting close, and we're gonna have a little party when we do. So I don't really have an upload schedule, just whenever I feel like it, basically. Sometimes daily at this point. I usually do it in the morning. So we'll see. But I will be back as we draw near to 30,000, so I can cry, so we can cry together. Oh, I can't believe it. So stay tuned for that. I'm pretty sure that will be, I'm gonna claim it that our celebration, our 30,000 celebration, will be my very next video. So I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think.